So, you've probably seen our updated small Western leather sheaths online, but we haven't ever actually announced them and run through what improvements we've made and why we've made them. The first thing you'll notice is that the heel retention strap has changed. This was previously part of the same piece of leather as the base of the sheath, but had a tendency to get in the way when drawing and storing, and could even potentially get cut by the edge. Now it's on a separate piece and can be pivoted out of the way just to make sure it doesn't get cut. If you're drawing and storing frequently during a job, you can leave it pivoted out of the way and just slide your knife in and out like a pocket style sheath now. Next up, you'll see that this new sheath setup is a taco style sheath with a section of the spine that's folded over. This lets us have the sheath go further up the handle rather than having to terminate it at the bolster. This isn't needed on larger blades that hang downwards solidly, but this is super helpful with rigidity on smaller blades, which really need the additional support to stop the handles flopping downwards. If we didn't have this, we need a second retention strap around the handle to keep the blade vertical, and nobody wants to have to undo two different straps on a little knife like this. Another advantage of having more sheath higher up is that it allows us to better position our horizontal loop above the actual point of balance. Previously, we had to place the horizontal loop on the main body of the sheath, which means that the point of balance tended to want to tip it so that the handle pointed downwards. That's harder to draw, and it gets into a prime position to fall out if the strap comes undone. Instead, we have this cool angled strap that comes out of the vertical loop itself. The horizontal strap, vertical strap, and rear of the sheath are actually one big folded up piece of leather. The sheath riding further up the handle also helps by giving additional friction and retention on these smaller blades. You'll notice that this leather is actually wet formed for a snug fit now. Historically, our buffalo leather has been too tough and water resistant to wet form, but we've just recently found a way around this. I'll give you a clue. We need to use something that softens more aggressively than water. The final thing is the changes to our dangler. These used to be solid loops, which meant you had to undo your belt completely to put the dangler through. In a lot of the situations, this is a pain, especially if you have other gear on your belt. The 4 snaps mean you can clip straight onto your belt, and in our testing we found these are absolutely dependable and rock solid. One final little thing you might not be aware of is that we use split rings instead of solid O-rings. This means you can remove the dangler easily and can even place it on the horizontal carry loop if you want. That's all for today, guys. Stay tuned for more sheath updates.